Cryptocurrencies are a revolutionary technology with the potential to transform the global financial system. However, as with every new technology, fraudsters quickly found their place in this space. People's dream of getting rich quickly has been exploited throughout history. In the past, scammers sold bridges. Today, they run the same schemes under the guise of cryptocurrencies. BitConnect, a $2.5 billion Ponzi scheme. Founded in 2016, BitConnect entered the market as a platform promising investors a daily return of 1%. The system worked as follows: investors deposited their Bitcoin into the platform, the company's so-called trading bot would supposedly trade the funds, and a portion of the profits would be distributed back to investors. Users could not withdraw their principal for at least 120 days, but commissions were paid daily. The platform quickly went viral on social media. YouTubers, particularly Carlos Matos, enthusiastically promoted BitConnect. The project grew rapidly and became one of the 10 most popular cryptocurrencies. The reality, however, was that there was no trading bot at all. Funds from new investors were being used to pay existing investors, a classic Ponzi scheme. Authorities in the United Kingdom and later the Texas State Securities Board took action. In January 2018, the platform was shut down. The value of the BitConnect token collapsed by 95% overnight, and investors lost virtually everything. The platform's founder was later identified as Indian national Satish Khambani. Total fraud, $2.5 billion. Squid Game Token, the fastest rug pull in history. In 2021, a cryptocurrency inspired by Netflix's hit South Korean series Squid Game was launched. According to the project, online games consisting of 6 rounds would be organized, and 90% of the collected funds would be awarded to the winner. The concept attracted enormous attention, and the token's price surged thousands of times within less than a week. However, the developers' identities were entirely fake. The team photos displayed on the website were AI-generated faces that did not belong to real people. This served as a striking example of how fraudsters use technology to conceal their identities. Once the token price peaked, the developers sold all their holdings and disappeared. The token's value instantly collapsed to nearly zero. The website and social. OneCoin, the CryptoQueen's $16 billion empire. Perhaps the largest cryptocurrency fraud in history was orchestrated by Dr. Ruja Ignatova, a Bulgarian-born figure known as the CryptoQueen. An Oxford Law graduate with a master's degree in economics and a doctorate in law, Ignatova was an exceptionally charismatic figure. In 2014, she announced a new cryptocurrency that she claimed would surpass Bitcoin, OneCoin. Ignatova portrayed banks and governments as the true culprits behind the financial system's problems, blamed the 2008 financial crisis on the greed of major banks, and built a powerful narrative around financial freedom. She held conferences worldwide, was named Businesswoman of the Year in Bulgaria, and even spoke at an event organized by The Economist. She managed to attract more than 4 million investors from 175 countries. In reality, OneCoin had no genuine blockchain infrastructure. All records were maintained in a simple Excel spreadsheet, and administrators could alter the data at will. Furthermore, the system paid commissions for recruiting new members, making it a straightforward pyramid scheme. Even parts of Ignatova's Oxford-related image were carefully crafted, and the magazine cover featuring her was actually a paid advertisement. In October 2017, Ignatova failed to appear at an event in Portugal where she was expected to speak. She was reportedly last seen traveling to Athens, and her whereabouts remain unknown. Although she remains on wanted lists, rumors persist that she underwent plastic surgery and continues to live freely under a different identity. Her brother, Konstantin, eventually pleaded guilty to fraud-related charges. Total fraud, $16 billion. The Kaji brothers, South Africa's missing crypto geniuses. In 2019, South African brothers Rais Kaji, 20, and Amir Kaji, 17, founded a cryptocurrency investment platform called Africrypt. They claimed that sophisticated algorithmic trading bots could trade the markets without human intervention. Despite their young age, their apparent technological expertise impressed investors. In April 2021, as Bitcoin reached all-time highs, the platform announced that it had suffered a cyber attack. Investors received an email urging them not to pursue legal action, claiming that doing so would delay recovery efforts. This only increased suspicions. Investigators uncovered alarming details. Employee access privileges had been revoked a week before the alleged hack. Blockchain records showed that the first transfers of investor funds had been sent to wallets controlled by the brothers themselves. They also used cryptocurrency mixing software to obscure the trail of funds. Before disappearing, they had reportedly obtained citizenship in the Pacific island nation of Vanuatu by paying $130,000, securing passports that provided visa-free access to more than 100 countries. Total missing funds, 69,000 Bitcoin. Their current whereabouts remain unknown. QuadrigaCX, the password went to the grave. Gerald Cotton, founder of one of Canada's largest cryptocurrency exchanges, QuadrigaCX, spent years operating in the shadows. He allegedly created fake accounts on his own exchange, credited them with millions of dollars in non-existent balances, and then used those balances to purchase real Bitcoin from customers. He also used customer funds for his personal trading activities without their knowledge and financed a lavish lifestyle with the proceeds. When Bitcoin's price declined in 2018, the system began to unravel. Customers found themselves unable to withdraw their funds, and complaints escalated into lawsuits. During this period, Cotton was on his honeymoon in India, and the passwords to the exchange's cold wallets were supposedly known only to him. He was reported to have died at age 30 from complications related to Crohn's disease, taking the passwords with him. Yet many questions remain unanswered. Just 12 days before his death, he prepared a will that transferred $10 million in assets to his wife while leaving his yacht and private aircraft to his 2 chihuahuas. Independent auditors later discovered that the cold wallets had been emptied months before his reported death. Furthermore, a photograph of one of the company's co-founders appeared identical to that of an American convicted cybercriminal. Suspicions that Cotton faked his death continue to this day, and some investors still demand exhumation and a new autopsy. Total losses, $200 million. PlusToken, China's $5 billion nightmare. Founded in 2018, PlusToken presented itself as a cryptocurrency wallet application allegedly developed by former employees of Samsung and Google. The platform promised monthly returns of 10 to 30% and commissions for recruiting new members. Through aggressive marketing campaigns conducted primarily on WeChat, it attracted more than 3 million investors across China and South Korea. In June 2019, the developers halted all withdrawals and left behind a message that effectively said, "Sorry, we ran away." Chinese authorities launched a major investigation and discovered that the operation was actually being run by a Chinese company. 82 individuals were arrested, and the founders were captured while attempting to flee to Vanuatu and later extradited. Authorities seized approximately $5 billion in cryptocurrency assets held by the scheme, which were transferred to the Chinese treasury. Whether the millions of victims will ever receive compensation remains uncertain. How can you protect yourself? These stories demonstrate how systematic and global cryptocurrency fraud has become. To protect yourself, keep the following principles in mind. Thoroughly research companies and developers before investing. Be especially cautious of projects that issue their own tokens rather than established cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. Do not rely on celebrity endorsements or promotional campaigns. If your cryptocurrency is stolen, there is generally no central authority that can reverse the transaction or guarantee reimbursement. Strong regulatory frameworks for cryptocurrency exchanges have become increasingly necessary worldwide. Most importantly, never invest based solely on trust. Conduct your own research and understand exactly what you are putting your money into.